From the beginning of the 20th century, the evolution of ships has been a story of constant change and innovation driven by human ambition, the demands of global trade, the realities of war, and the imagination of engineers and designers who sought to build ever larger, ever faster, and ever more capable vessels. At the dawn of the century in the year 1900, the world was still dominated by tall sailing ships with wooden masts and canvas sails, but steam power had already begun to take over the oceans. The transition from sail to steam was one of the most dramatic transformations in maritime history, and it set the tone for the modern era of shipping. By the year 1900, many merchant fleets had already shifted to steamships powered by coal-burning engines that could propel vessels across oceans without reliance on wind. These ships were larger, sturdier, and more reliable than their sail-powered predecessors. The great ocean liners began to capture the imagination of the public. They represented not only transportation but also luxury status and the technological confidence of the industrial age. During the first decade of the 20th century, shipbuilding nations such as Great Britain, Germany, and the United States competed to build larger and faster liners. By 1910, vessels like the Mauretania and the Lusitania were breaking speed records across the Atlantic and carrying thousands of passengers in levels of comfort previously unimaginable at sea. The early 20th century was also a time when naval power was transforming rapidly. In 1906, the British Royal Navy launched HMS Dreadnought, which revolutionized battleship design with uniform big gun armament and steam turbine propulsion. The word dreadnought soon came to define an entire generation of warships and triggered a naval arms race that shaped international politics leading up to the First World War. During the Second World War from 1939 to 1945, ships played a decisive role in every theater. The Battle of the Atlantic was a struggle of survival for Britain as German submarines sought to cut off supplies. Aircraft carriers replaced battleships as the dominant capital ships of the war, demonstrating their power at battles such as Midway, where American carrier planes decisively defeated the Japanese fleet. Amphibious warfare ships, landing craft, and escort vessels all expanded in number and variety, showing that naval war was no longer just about big guns, but about air power, logistics, and mobility. The end of the war in 1945 left the world with fleets of surplus vessels and vast shipbuilding capacity. The 1950s ushered in reconstruction and renewal. Merchant shipping embraced new technologies such as diesel engines, which replaced coal and oil-fired steam plants, making ships more efficient and easier to operate.